I want to help you get the most out of your breastfeeding journey and help you maximize your ability to exclusively breastfeed. Breastfeeding is a supply and demand and a stimulation-based process, so it's important to breastfeed your baby as soon as possible. Your baby will be alert and eager to feed within that first hour after birth. Spend that first hour with your baby skin to skin on your chest and attempt to get him to latch and feed within that first hour if possible. That skin to skin time will send hormones to your brain to start that milk making process. Keep your baby at your chest, skin to skin, as much as possible within that first 24 hours of life. This will help with your milk supply as well as keep him eager and ready to feed and latching and feeding within that first hour. Your baby should be feeding on demand at least every 3 hours, which means you're looking for cues, you're looking for him to be rooting and asking to feed. You want to bring your baby to your breast anytime he asks you, hey, I'm hungry. But he shouldn't go more than 3 hours without feeding. If you bring your baby to your breast and you see that he's not having it, he doesn't want to feed, he's really sleepy, they can be really sleepy within that first 24 hours. It's really hard for them to wake up, they just want to sleep. If that happens, I want you to hand express or pump at least every 3 hours to stimulate your breasts. You should be doing this for 10-15 minutes on each side. And anything that comes out, you want to give back to the baby. So what that would look like is you can hand express, like we showed you before, put it onto a spoon, give it to your baby, or you can bring baby to your breast and then hand express into their mouth and let them lick the colostrum off your nipple. Avoid the use of bottles and pacifiers until your baby has mastered the technique of breastfeeding. Lactation consultants get a bad rap for being anti-bottles and anti-pacifiers. The issue lies in the fact that not only is there a different sensation in their mouth from the bottle or the silicone sensation, but also it's an easier, more tangible object in their mouth, meaning that when they get to the breast and your nipple is soft and the tissue is soft, they have a hard time sealing around it. They can get frustrated and not want to feed. Pacifiers can also mask hunger cues and soothe your baby to sleep. So your baby might sleep more instead of spending the time he needs to feed and stimulate your milk supply. The other issue with bottles and pacifiers is that the mechanism of sucking on a bottle or a pacifier is different, and getting milk out of a bottle is much easier than latching and getting milk out of a breast. So he might actually start preferring the bottle instead of wanting to latch and feed from you. So it's important to spend the first couple weeks of helping your baby master breastfeeding before introducing bottles or pacifiers. Lastly, I want you to make sure that you're activating and asking for breastfeeding support at the hospital and making an appointment at your local lactation consultant to help with latch and supply issues, as well as, why isn't my baby gaining weight if there's issues with baby's weight. If you don't have access to an in-person lactation consultant in your area, I would recommend that you look up a support group in your area, or even see if you can find a telehealth or a video chat type of appointment so that you can get the help that you need. I want you to know that even though exclusive breastfeeding is ideal, it's not always practical, and unfortunately it's not always possible. If you are struggling or your baby is not getting enough milk from breastfeeding, before giving formula and supplementing with formula, please seek medical help and talk to your lactation consultant. If you have to start giving bottles to make sure that your baby is getting enough, it doesn't mean that your breastfeeding journey is over. We can help you get baby back to the breast. Give us a call, make an appointment so that we can walk you through that process. At the end of the day, any amount of breast milk in any form is perfect for your baby, and you are a rock star no matter what happens in your breastfeeding journey.